VW Tiguan water leak in video. So let me just show you a few bits. There's a couple of scuffs on there. Gentleman's asked us, can we have a look at that while we've got the car, so we can arrange to get that fixed. Car's got a lot of condensation in it, and yeah, so that's something that we need to deal with. It's full of water, so that's why. Wheels are all right. It's a little bit dirty. It's got a couple of little scratchy bits around it. Otherwise it could probably do some air in the tyres by the looks of things. The rear lock's not working apparently, the gentleman's explained, on the driver's side. So if you look round here, this is open now, but you have to open it from the inside. There's a fair amount of water in it. It's wet on both sides, and have a look round here like this, you can see the condition of it. So it needs a little bit of looking after, really. Although you can't see any water on the driver's side, it is wet. I'm going to go back round this side. Gentleman's also asked us, can we have a look, see if we can do anything with the lock, and we'll see what we can do. Right, so the thing that first alerted the man to the water was the fact that the passenger footwell was wet, and he saw a puddle pretty much there. So that was what he first realised, when he first realised. He's been to a garage, they've kind of had a look at it, and they've not been successful, so it's just filled up with water again. So you can see there's evidence of water, and yeah, it really smells quite bad actually, so there must be mould in it somewhere. So there you go, and this was soaked, it still is soaked, but I'll show you that.
So we're just going to show you what we found so far. When the customer dropped it off, what caused them to notice that there was water in the car is on this front footwell. Obviously we've got it up now. They felt that there was damp on the carpet. So if we just quickly come round and we'll show you obviously the water. So first things first, in the boot. So in the boot we can see we've got loads of water in the back. And then if we then go to the passenger side, so we can see that there is a lot of water in this car, and it goes all the way down. Okay, so the problems this can cause, it can cause two problems. It can either cause a obviously a damp watery smell, because obviously the water's sitting underneath the carpet and the underlay, as well as it can cause us electrical problems. The reason being is if we look down there, there are the airbag terminals, and we can see they're slightly submerged, or the cable is anyway, and we've got a little bit of corrosion in the centre of that plug. So unfortunately this won't dry unless you take up all the carpet and the underlay, suck it out with a wet vac, and then put our super dryer in there to obviously dry the car out. Coming round to the driver's side has got water in it as well, but we haven't got this side lifted up, so we're going to use our little gadget, and what this does, when it hits water, it will go off. So there we go, so we can see that there's water in the front as well, so there's water in both sides. Okay, so now my colleague's going to come round to the passenger front and show you what the problem is. So my colleague's just going to put some water down in the front cassette. We've got a twisted camera here, and what this is the sunroof drain. So we can see there's a drip forming around the actual seal of the sunroof pipe, so that obviously needs to be replaced. And what's going on is once it's filled up, the water will obviously drip down the headlining, run down the A pillar, and then it use this as a guide, and then when it exits just up here, so we can see the water drops coming down, and then obviously it then fills up the footwells. If my colleague puts a bit more water down obviously in the sunroof, and we go into the back, this one is a bit of a funny one. So if we just pull this panel back, so we can see how much water's there. So we've got obviously a water coming through. The thing is this is your sunroof pipe, and the sunroof pipe isn't actually connected, so it's shrunk. That's on both sides there, so what it's doing is it's filling up in this box section, then coming out of this little gap, and then filling up the back section, which is causing us to have water down here as well. So there we go, that's what we've found. That does smell quite a lot, doesn't it? It does indeed. If you want to pick a pack, I think.
I can smell that. You're going to have to suck that water out, and then we'll have to spray that connection point with something. Christ, there's a lot of water in that one. Yeah. I don't know how deep that is. That's like an inch deep, right across there. And what's it like on the other side? Is that very wet as well? Plus it's got all water in the back as well. This isn't too bad. Have you sucked this water out? No, so it is as is on this side, but this foam's all... Oh yeah. Oh look, you've got corrosion here. That's been wet a while. Can you see that metal bit all corroded? And then here, this is quite solid, but it's wet. I'm gonna have to wash my hands. The electrics on this side have got wet as well. Has he had any warning lights on, do you know? No. Okay, well, probably they are yet to come. Well, we'll clean all that up and put some contact cleaner on it. Christ, look at that. This is the dry side. You're sucking it up now with a suction machine. All right. So you can pull most of it out pretty quickly. The ball's gone up inside that. That's because it's full already. Oh dear.
Okay, Peter, just a quick progress report. So obviously we have removed the rear sunroof pipes and the pipes which come down inside this box section. So as you can see up there, they've been taken off of the back of the cassette. The cassette is obviously the back of the sunroof, and the outlet's about here, where my finger's pointing. If we just quickly come round to the inside, obviously we have started to extract the water. We're just going to fog underneath the carpet, so obviously it's decontaminated. Quickly showing you the passenger side where all the water actually was. So you can still see that there's a little bit to go, but we're going to fog it all. Just to show you as well, when we've obviously took the front sunroof pipes out, which run down on these A-pillars, which go up here, where obviously the top of that run mark is, where the pipe was leaking. We have noticed when we've took these out, I don't know if you noticed, but this one didn't work because this cable was folded up underneath your headlining. But the other one, which is on this side, actually on the driver's side, you can see that it just fell out. So I don't know if someone's been up behind this headlining before, but this one wasn't actually attached. It just fell straight out. That's obviously to work the mirror. So there we go.
Our smart repair man Matt is coming in to do this on Saturday. I just want to clarify what he's doing. He's going to respray all this area here, and then he's not repairing the plastic. The plastic isn't really damaged, but it looks a bit manky, but we'll be able to clean that up. But it has got a tiny scratch on it, but you know, we've estimated, which is 195, to respray, and he's going to rub this area down and respray that. It would be more if he does that, and I don't recommend you do that. It's got a bit of compoundy stuff in there, so I don't think it's worth it. But just to note, he isn't doing that included. Otherwise, it's another, I can't remember how much it is now. It's another £49, I think, and it's just so little, so not bad that it's worth justifying doing that. So we'll clean it all up anyway. It gets a wash and a clean. If that's what you want, that's fine with us. That's all included in what we do anyway. We'll clean it and clean the glass, and so it comes back clean and shiny. We do make cars like new again, so I don't know whether you realise that, but let's give you an idea. That one there's been in here. That's a sort of 70 plate, but we've buffed it up and put the coating on it. So that's what we do a lot of. Okay.
progress report on Volkswagen Tiguan 2008. So we just obviously finished the last drying procedure now. So just to quickly show you, we've got our special machine in here, which obviously dries out all the carpet and underlays. So these are all the pipes obviously going in underneath. Just showing you obviously the floor pan. The floor pan is now all nice and dry. The underlay which goes up the bulkhead, if we give that a nice squeeze, that's all nice and dry now. And obviously the underlay is all good. Quickly coming up to the actual problem was the sunroof pipes. So we've got the front sunroof pipe running down the A-pillar, and obviously this side as well. If we quickly pull down his headlining, we can see where the pipe is connected to the cassette. So that's them two running nicely. We've also cleaned the cassette out. Reason being is because obviously we don't want any new dirt or debris going down the new pipes. So if we quickly come around to the back, we will show you the back sunroof pipes. Okay, so if we just put a torch on and we go up on the headlining, so we've got obviously the rear one there, and we've got the other rear one over there, the white pipe which is running down. The whole car's been odour killed as well, so it smells nice in there, because obviously it's all nice and dry now. There's no obviously off water in there, and this is all nice and dry down here as well. So we're just going to start putting it back together now. Just to quickly show you on the front end, we're doing a smart and a half as well. So obviously we're going to rectify this bit of damage on this front bumper. And on this bit here, these are the old sunroof pipes. So the white ones are the front ones. So they were leaking around this little sections here. And these big blue ones are the rear ones. And what happens is over time, believe it or not, they do shrink. So obviously that will cause an issue. But if we look closely on this one, we can see that this has been tried to be fixed before, because obviously it's got some form of sealant around the joints, especially on this one as well. So they're the 4 drains we've replaced. Okay. Okay, so we've got the end video on the Volkswagen Touareg. So just to quickly show you, the smart and a half has now been repaired. So that's obviously looking lovely. Coming inside the car, everything's dry in there now, and it's all been decontaminated. So it all smells nice in here. So it's just a case of it going out to the real environment world now. Got a couple of bits and pieces in the back there. Okay, lovely. So that's it, time to go out now.